Hey guys, it's Avvie the Drake, and today I'm playing some Donya Fortress Conquest using the M16A3. I'm trying to brush up on my close quarters skills with different weapons, and it's the M16's turn. First off, I'd like to say that my montage will be ready soon. Me and Jay had a brilliant game a few nights ago, but I still need more footage to make up for the last 40 seconds of montage or so do stay tuned. It's going to be my first montage as well, so I'll be itching to get it up, so you can expect to see it in a few days or so. Alright, so now that's out of the way, I'd like to take a short moment and start with what you can expect from me in terms of videos, as I haven't had a chance to explain this yet. As I play a lot of Battlefield, I'll be doing an assortment of gameplays, commentaries and tutorials as often as I can when I'm not working. I'll also be playing other games such as Just Cause 2 and perhaps some Call of Duty with my friend Kyle, who likes to come over every now and then. I like to upload some raw gameplays for my friends' communications as well as my own. I aim to do some dual commentaries in the future, talking about upcoming Battlefield stuff and rumours that are spreading around. And I'm planning on doing tutorial videos as well, discussing what some of the best weapons are for anyone who wants the beast. I'd like to mention now that I don't see myself as the best player in the world, nor do I know much about anything in regards to actual stats, as they don't seem to help me when I'm playing. I'll be talking about weapons, what I've used and tried in situations, and also my opinions on how to use them. Okay, now that we've covered that, I'd like to get to the subject of this video and talk about what exactly makes a skilled player. If you're watching this and you're looking for tips to make better your games, you're in the right place. The first thing I want to cover is the weapon. Weapon choice is everything. While there are a lot of weapons out there for every class, only a few of them are good enough to stand up against a skilled opponent. As you all know already, the Assault class is an overpowered class, what with boasting the best guns on Battlefield 3 and the ability to infinitely revive an infinite amount of teammates. It is the most useful class in the game and the deadliest, so it comes as no surprise that almost every pro I've come across is an Assault medic. There's been a few who maintain that the Engineer carbines are very good weapons as well, with high stopping power, good fire rate and mobility, but the accuracy and damage output is consistently better with any assault rifle, but mainly a few. For my favourite weapon, it'll have to be the M416, as I've used it all the way through Bad Company 2 as well. You can check my stats on Battlelog if you like. It has excellent damage output, good range, burst recoil control and accuracy. In most respects, it has the same stat values as the M16 does, which technically rates it as one of the top guns in the game. But where it falls behind is the M16's rate of fire. In close quarters battles, the weapon with the highest rate of fire win the gunfight, as the damage over time for faster firing rifles is much greater than slower firing rifles. However, the M416 over any other primary is its fast reload time, with about 1.6 seconds mid-magazine and around 2 seconds when empty. It's my favourite for these reasons, as well as it being a combination of both my favourite weapon systems from the old days, being the M4 and the M16, because of looks and appearances in movies. Another factor that makes a good player good is the understanding of his class and guns, and what it can and can't do. This unfortunately isn't something that anyone can teach, but it, again, unfortunately, comes with practice. If you know the limitations of your gun, like the range and whether it's good to bring into a close quarters battle or not, you'll see your playstyle will become more thought processed. Other larger conquest maps don't usually have a high traffic system like the smaller maps, simply because they're slower, more open maps. With those kinds of games, you need to know the common hiding spots for the bases. You'll want to look where there is minimal avenues of approach, or where they're the most hidden or obscure. Places such as around the skip and cliffside on the hill, or Charlie, of Caspian border, or in the narrow alley, or Alpha, on Seine Crossing. So we've covered the weapon, the class, and the maps. Another factor that can help is small things, such as sensitivity, for example. If you notice, I have my sensitivity set pretty fast. I think it's about halfway up the bar or so. It's much higher than it was in my 100 kills video. If you want to see that, there's a link in the description, where it was only about 11 notches up from 0. It's fast, my current setting's fast, so I can react to being shot from behind, but slow enough so I can control it. Games like Call of Duty reward you for having a high sensitivity because of how their turning system works, allowing you to turn really quickly while being able to control your weapon a great deal when turning slower. But because of Battlefield's turning system, it's not the same. So having the highest sensitivity is just simply unusable. I tried it once, trying to quickscope, see if I can get some good material, but you just can't control it. You really cannot control it. It's thick, it's quick though, very quick. I think that's pretty much it for what makes a great player. It's the combination of all these elements that will make someone good, as well as the reaction times and the focus. As I've got about 4 minutes left, I'll talk about weapons in great detail, mainly the M16. For those who want to know the stats, I shall pull out some stats, courtesy of Better Battlelog. For my current setup, I'm using the Russian red dot sight, a foregrip and a heavy barrel. I'm going to talk over each attachment and what it does to the M16 when combined, and it serves a general basis for any weapon as well. The red dot sight is the best pick for this weapon because of its aiming mobility, means you can turn faster while aiming down sights. Your choice of red dots, whether it be the Russian or the US sight, is your own preference. Neither makes you down targets easier than the other. The foregrip is what people class as a controversial choice simply because of what it does in certain situations. The foregrip is designed to increase hipfire accuracy and decrease horizontal recoil, but also increase aimed recoil. It's excellent for targets between 0 and 20 metres, but anything over 20 metres the recoil will start to throw you off target. Not having a foregrip means aimed recoil and hipfire accuracy lower and horizontal recoil higher. When bursting rounds, 1 or 2 rounds down range in quick succession, you'll be hitting targets at higher distances. You will find that the heavy barrel is a must for particularly any weapon. It increases bullet speed slightly and aimed accuracy, so more of your first bullets will end up where you're aiming as opposed to without it. It does increase recoil slightly, but if you know how to conquer it, you're all set. I should just point out that Battlelog doesn't seem to record a muzzle velocity change when you put the heavy barrel on, but for me it feels like the bullets are travelling faster with heavy barrel out. So do take into consideration before I get elitists say that, oh, you're wrong, the muzzle velocity doesn't change when you put heavy barrel on. I'm just saying it feels like it does. Now let's look at what happens when you throw all this together. You have the added recoil from the heavy barrel as well as the increased muzzle velocity, of which the recoil mostly cancelled out by the foregrip, which dampens the horizontal recoil, and the fact that the bullets are travelling out of the barrel at a high rate of fire, meaning that there's not a whole lot of recoil before the next bullet leaves the chamber. And you have the sight that adds mobility and the peripheral vision. You have a mobile, fast-firing, accurate killing machine. Just don't hit fire anything more than 3 meters. Now for those who prefer stat values to the layman's terms, I have some. Okay, base stats first. The M16 fires at 800 rounds per minute at 675 meters per second. Reload time mid-magazine, 1.8 seconds. Empty, 2.3 seconds, or thereabouts. But double switching your weapon, as in switching to your sidearm and back to your primary, just after your bullets replenish, see the reload time go to 1.5 seconds mid-magazine, 2 seconds when empty. It's first shot recoil and recoil multiplier, meaning that the first shot, as well as each shot before the next, will be double the recoil. 0.1 recoil left, 0.4 right, 0.26 up. When you add the foregrip and heavy barrel attachments, you get some considerable changes in recoil stats. With foregrip and heavy barrel, recoil first shot and multiplier stays at 2.5, but recoil left decreases to less than 0.1, recoil right decreases to 0.3, and recoil up increases to 0.3. The damage of this weapon is quite good at close ranges. It stays at 25% at 8 meters, but decreases to 18.4% at 60 meters. So if my math is right, the damage decrease is just over 1% every 10 meters up until 60 meters. So in layman's terms, you'll need 5 bullets to the chest to down someone between 8 and 40 meters, where after that is 6 bullets. And that's just about it for this commentary. I hope you found my information useful. If you want me to cover a specific weapon and attachments, please comment with your suggestions below, and the most liked comment will be the chosen one. Okay, so until next time, this is Avvie the Drake taking off into the sky.